What's going on? I don't want to be doing this today. I had no plans making a video today. I'm actually working on something else right now, that I'm gonna put off. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is until probably this weekend, but I'm looking forward to it. But I was working on that, and then we get the first set of news, and I didn't know how to react at first. I really didn't. Because the first names, there are people that kind of expect to be released. But today, the WWE has went on a purge, and there's let me count it up. As of 3:23 Central Time, and there's still news coming out. There's a big one that I'm gonna tell you later, that just got announced like 5 minutes ago, and I couldn't believe it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then there's 2 that I'm hearing rumors about being released. 31 people have lost their job today from the WWE. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's Vince's fault. Vince can't control what's going on in the world. I don't blame Vince for this. I really don't. You gotta, at this point in time, you gotta stay afloat as a company. And this is how they're doing it. They gotta get rid of people that they're not gonna use. And it's unfortunate. It really is. I actually do have something up on my computer, and I want to play the audio for you, because when I saw this, I was okay. Sean Ross just posted that. But how do I go to? Let's go to. Let's go to this. But I want to play this for you. No, not this audio. Not this audio. Here it is. Here it is.
So I just got off the phone with WWE Promotions' Mark Garano that has told me that as of today, I have been released from my WWE contract due to the current climate of what's going on in the world, and unlike everybody else, where I probably didn't take this as seriously as it is at the beginning, but it's affecting people's lives, it's affecting people's jobs, it's affecting the way people make a living. I'm very fortunate that WWE is still allowing me to compete in the NXT Interim Cruiserweight title tournament, but it's very likely that those will be the last matches I ever have. There's a lot of people I'm not going to get a chance to say goodbye to, that I really loved, that I really cared about.
At this point, he starts crying. This is Drake Maverick. Now, Drake Maverick isn't a star, but the first time I watched this, and I'm sort of doing it right now, the emotion that Drake Maverick pours out in this video is it's disheartening. You see what it does to a guy like Drake Maverick. Now imagine the people that they thought they're sitting comfy. We'll talk about them after this video, but let's finish it real quick. I turn the audio up even more. No.
Be a better person. And again, I'm very fortunate that I still get that. Other people won't get that. But if these are the last 3 matches I have, I just want everybody watching at home want them to know that you'll have my all. You'll have everything. It's not about a title anymore. It's about my life. It's about feeding my family, paying my bills. So if I don't make an impression, if I don't win, that's it for me. So I just want everybody to know that you're all going to get everything I have.
That's Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick isn't the most famous out of the names that got released, but I understand where he's coming from. He's getting his job taken away from him. He's going to be sitting at home. He's not going to get a paycheck. And it's probably going to be a while before he can wrestle again, because these indie promotions, they're not going to hire. They're not even running shows. AEW, they're not going to be hiring. The economy is not in a state where people are going to get jobs, and Drake Maverick's just one of the many people that got released that they're going to be without a job for about 2 to 3 months, maybe even longer, depending how long this crap that is going on continues to go on. Yeah. The first time I watched it, I teared up because it's not wrestling anymore. It's a life. Not only did he get something he loves to wrestle. He got that taken away from him. He also got his paycheck taken away. He's not going to be able to pay for his house. He's not going to be able to support his wife. He's not going to be able to keep the water bill. That's why it's important when you're in these type of positions to save money. I don't know what any of these people have done with their money, but I really do hope that they've put it away and been wise with it, because this is the type of stuff you can't prepare for. You cannot prepare for a global pandemic. And whether you like a certain individual or whether you don't, they're out of a job. They're out of a paycheck. They might not be the same ever again. This could be the last time Drake Maverick wrestles, and that's disheartening. Has anybody else came up yet? Okay. No Way Jose just posted one too. I'm gonna actually listen to this one. I have not listened to this one yet.
So I want to just take this time to say thank you for everybody who reached out to me so far. There's a lot of you. Thanks for being fans. Thanks for whether you cheered for me, booed for me, danced with me, thought it was silly. Just thank you for making it all worthwhile. Thank WWE and everybody involved, everybody in the back. The locker room's amazing, stories for days and memories. It's gonna last forever, and hopefully this ain't the last time you see me. You never know, but with this pandemic, everybody just stay safe. It's affecting lives all over the world, and just stay safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones, and just take this thing seriously. I didn't know going to Raw, this last time would be the last time for a while. I would have let it soak in just a little bit more, but. Until next time, it's your boy No Way Jose. But thank y'all for everything. Peace.
All right, Jose was a little more happy. Not happy, but in lighter spirits than Drake Maverick. But No Way Jose's a guy too. My stepmom loves No Way Jose. He doesn't do a lot, but he's another guy. Might not have a job after the end of this. He might not get a wrestle again. Like he said, he didn't know going to Raw this last week was going to be his last time. That's what we're all in right now. I'm a senior in high school. We had our last day right before spring break that Friday. Things were starting to get shut down. That was right after the NBA got canceled or postponed or whatever you want to call it. That might have been my last day of college or at high school. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. It's gone. And it's not because you did something wrong. It's not because someone else did something wrong. It's just natural circumstances. It's not a good situation to live in right now. Anyways, let's get into the list of people that have been released. At the end of the video, I'll refresh my feed to see if there's any new breaking news or anything. But the first person to get released, well, at least on this, was Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, WWE Hall of Famer. I would have assumed his position in the company would be pretty set in stone. So it kind of shocked me when Kurt Angle was named as one of the people to be released. Next, you had Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan's been on TV recently. She hasn't been necessarily the best, but she's one that last time she was on the show, she might never be on another show again. Eric Rowan, that kind of shocked me a little bit because it always seems to me as if somehow, some way, they always get Rowan into a story. He had the cage. He was in the Bludgeon Bros. I mean, Rowan's just always been a guy that I think Vince liked, and he's without a job. I'm going to go off on a limb here, though. I do think Rowan will get back up on his feet. After all of this is said and done, I think he will be one of the people who it's not going to be too hard for him to find a job after all of this is done. For the next 2, 3, 4 months, however long it takes, he might struggle to get a job. He might struggle to pay his bills. But I think he's one of the guys that at the end of this might benefit. And I'm saying that loosely because I don't think it should be looked at as a benefit. It's definitely not a good thing. But at the end of this, Rowan could be one that can get back up on his feet. Mike and Maria Kanellis. They're two people. They've complained about the WWE in the past. They've resigned. They thought they had their life set. They thought they're gonna make all this money. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know where they go if they don't go back to the WWE after this is said and done. There's a good chance they don't go anywhere. I don't know if a Ring of Honor picks them up. I don't know if an AEW will pick them up after this. I don't know if a New Japan will get them. I don't know if WWE will bring them back. And I think Vince is going to be smarter this time around. He's not going to hoard talent. He's going to realize things like this can happen at a blink of an eye, and you could be down in the stocks. You can be down, and your money could dwindle away very quickly when you're paying people. And I don't know if he'll be bringing people like Mike and Maria Kanellis back. I know that they have a family now. They have kids. And it's unfortunate because both of them rely on the WWE to pay their bills, to pay for their children. And they're not going to have that income coming in right now. And probably one of the worst times possible. It's really unfortunate. I hope they save their money. But I just got a text. I already knew about that one though. But it's real unfortunate. It really is. Next we got Epico and Primo. Two guys that have been not necessarily on TV, but they've been in and around the WWE for a long time. They've been collecting a paycheck not to be featured on television. Two guys that were complacent with just being where they're at. I don't know if they're guys that are going to get back up on their feet after this is said and done. I don't see a spot for them in many other brands except the WWE. I hope that every single person that got released or put on a leave of absence, I hope all of them get their job back. I really do. I hope they can find a way to to be successful during this time and make money, and I don't know if Epico and Primo are guys that are going to be able to do that. I feel bad for them because they're not gonna have they're gonna be those guys that are gonna be 2 to 3, 4 months, however long it may be, without a paycheck, and it's a lot of these guys. Next, we have Zack Ryder. This one shocked me. Zack Ryder's been in the WWE for how long? Ever since I can remember, Zack Ryder's been in the WWE. He's been great, man. Got a Zack Ryder pop. I wanted to meet Zack Ryder at one point. Woo woo, broski. Zack Ryder, unfortunately, I believe, is one of the guys that, after this is said and done, I think Vince has enough respect for Zack Ryder, and he'll bring Zack Ryder back. But that's still 3-4 months without a paycheck, and Zack Ryder, as of right now, he has a fiance, I believe. It might be girlfriend, wife, whatever. In Chelsea Green, that is in NXT still, and she's collecting a paycheck. Now, I could be wrong. By the time this video comes out, she could have lost her job too. But luckily for him, he has he still can leech off of Chelsea Green for the time being. I imagine her contract wasn't as lucrative as his, since he's main roster and Vince seems to have a lot of respect for him, but it's just unfortunate. Zack Ryder, if you would have asked me, I thought Zack Ryder was a WWE for lifer. I didn't think anybody. I thought they respected him. I'm not saying they don't. There was, at the beginning of the year, you told me Zack Ryder was not going to be in the WWE at a certain point within 2020. I wouldn't have believed you, because I couldn't see Vince letting him go, and I couldn't see Zack Ryder wanting out. And due to the circumstances of what's going on in the world, it wasn't left up to either of them. It was just a decision that had to be made. It was forced upon them. Next, we watched this video, No Way Jose. My stepmom's favorite. I'm not gonna say No Way Jose is... I never saw it coming. I imagined when they started releasing names, No Way Jose's name would come up. And I think guys like Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, those kind of guys, they might be in trouble too. But No Way Jose, I definitely, when they started to release names, I thought his name was going to come up, and it's unfortunate that it did. I really hope he gets back to being able to provide for himself. He's not necessarily the greatest wrestler in the world, but No Way Jose is always good for a good laugh, a good smile here and there. As you saw, he just got released, and he's being lighthearted about it. And that's the only thing you can do if you're in a position like No Way Jose. Next, we got Aiden English. Aiden English is a guy that I think he can be used in many different spots. I mean, he can be used as a wrestler, he can be used as a commentator. I think you're getting your money's worth with Aiden English style. I really didn't think Aiden English was going to be a guy that would get his name called as one of the released members of the company, but I don't know if he's going to be able to come back from it. Aiden English, I don't know if he's a big enough name that after this is said and done that he'll be able to get his job back, and whether he'll be able to go somewhere else. But for the time being, he doesn't have a source of income coming in. Next, we have one that really shocked me. Mike Chioda, referee. He's been with the company for how many? It's 2020. I think he started in like the 90s. About almost 30 years. Mike Chioda's been with the WWE. They released him. It's not a decision that I'm sure Vince didn't want to make the decision. I'm sure he has a lot of respect for Mike Chioda. He's been there for 30 years. That's a long time to work for Vince McMahon. That is a very long time to work for Vince McMahon. I'm sure he has all the respect in the world for Mike Chioda. Unfortunately, Mike Chioda was one of the names that had to get released. I really hope that after this is said and done, Mike Chioda can come back and finish his career on his way. not allowing this stuff going on in the world to affect his legacy as a referee. But I hope he can come back and get right back into where he was with the WWE and be a referee, because I feel real bad for a guy like Mike Chioda. He's been there for 30 years and he's getting released. I'm sure Vince didn't want to do it, and I'm sure it was hard to do it, but it's not a fair time in the world right now. It really isn't. Next we got a bunch of producers. I'm gonna go through them all at once. We got Billy Kidman, Mike Rotunda, Fit Finley, Pat Buck, Sean Davari, Scott Armstrong, Sarah Stock, Shane Helms, and Lance Storm. Now, the name I was kind of interested with here was Pat Buck. Pat Buck is somebody I didn't really think would be on this. I'm sure you guys know Pat Buck's name has been in the news in the past few months. Back when what's his name, Big Cass, was causing some controversy in locker rooms, and he and Pat Buck had an altercation, and then it was kind of a negative look on him because he's not going to get back in the company if he's having conflicts with Pat Buck. It was just shocking to me that they let all these guys go. Fit Finley, guy I thought would have had a relatively good role. Scott Armstrong, Shane Helms, Lance Storm, all guys that are highly respected, getting let go. It's beyond Vince's control, it's beyond their control, and it's really disheartening. Next we had two names, and they released this one weirdly because they had Carl Anderson's name in the first set of names released, and I was like, so they're keeping Gallows but not Anderson? That's weird. But then news came out about 5-10 minutes later. Luke Gallows, he's out too. The club is gone. The OC. Two guys, I'm sure they'll be able to find work after this is said and done, whether it be in New Japan, AEW, Ring of Honor, or maybe back with the WWE with AJ. But I feel bad for those guys. I really do. Two guys that they have all the talent in the world. They're a top tag team. Just can't let go because of what's going on. It's really unfortunate. Next, we have Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins hasn't been doing much of anything outside of collecting a paycheck, and he's not going to be able to have that paycheck. I do believe Kurt Hawkins has a source of income. I think he has Creator Pro, but I don't know how that's going to be going on with all this stuff going on, with quarantine and all that stuff. So I don't know if he'll be able to have a source of income. He's Slater. He's got kids. And I'm not even saying that as just a joke. He has kids he has to provide for. He doesn't have a source of income coming in right now. What's a guy like Heath Slater supposed to do? I hope and I pray Heath Slater is able to get back up on his feet. I like Heath Slater. I don't know whether he's going to be a guy that is a hot commodity once this stuff is done and over with and he's going to be able to easily get signed somewhere, but I really hope he does because I like Heath Slater. I really hope that he gets something where he's able to be able to provide for his family during this time. Hopefully he has a great savings account. I really don't want to see Heath Slater fall into one of these situations where he has to sell everything for what he's worth and to basically provide for his family. It's just not a good situation. Drake Maverick, I said it earlier, not a top star, but you see what it does. Drake Maverick, very emotional. Lost his job. He lost it. He lost his love. It's like, for a lot of these guys, wrestling is like the love you would have for your spouse, your girlfriend, whatever. They do this. They put their passion, they put their energy, they put their time. They've been working towards this their entire lives. They finally get it, and then something beyond their control takes it away from them. And that's not because Drake Maverick wasn't good. It's not because he did something wrong. It's not because management didn't like him. It's just because of things out of everybody's control. And to see that kind of stuff happen is it's just disheartening. Next we have EC3. EC3 came into NXT, a big guy. I think a lot of people are looking forward to seeing EC3. I don't know if he's going to be able to go many places after this. He might work in AEW, he might work back in WWE, he might go to Impact or New Japan, whatever. I don't know if he's going to be in the same spot he is or was now, or yesterday he was in a better spot than he is today. He doesn't have a job now, and I really hope EC3 gets back up from it. I mean, I've said it already. I hope everybody gets back up from it, but EC3, I hate to see EC3 being released and having everything taken away from him, even though he wasn't doing anything. Leo Rush, another guy. He's been tweeting all day talking about how he loves all the wrestlers and it's been a hard day or whatever. Yeah, it's been a hard day. You got your job ripped away from you. I mean, you're a really talented wrestler. You're what, 24 years old, maybe? And you're getting your job taken away from you? Leo Rush doesn't have much to back up on. He's just starting his career. He's just starting to make his money. I hope that Leo Rush, he was able to save some of it. Because we all know the story about Leo Rush. He used to sleep in his car instead of an apartment or a house just so he could wrestle. He put everything, he put his life into wrestling. He lived basically off nothing so that he could become something. He has the passion. And I really hope Leo Rush is able to pick it up. I really do. Eric Young, guy, I fell in love with Eric Young back in Impact. Great wrestler, great promo. I love his work with Sanity. He's a great guy. Eric Young, I hope he is able to come back off this. Hopefully, somebody will take him after all of this is said and done and pay him good. I hope he gets paid well, because Eric Young is not necessarily a big name right now, but I hope that he is able to get back up on his feet. And then the big name of the day, Rusev. A fun story. I was about to put on a Rusev Day shirt. It said Happy Rusev Day, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put on the Walter shirt. I'm gonna come off. I'm not gonna be out here wearing a Happy Rusev Day shirt on a day that's just not happy. And then the news came in that Rusev too was let go. Rusev tweeted out, he said, it's been fun or something like that. Rusev out, and people thought he was trolling, and then they came out with the confirmation that he is indeed released from the WWE. I know he's been pushing for his release for quite some time, but it's unfortunate it had to come under these circumstances, because when he was pushing for his release, I'm sure he had in the mindset, I want to go to AEW, I want to go into Ring of Honor, I want to go to Impact, I want to go to New Japan. He can't do that. He cannot do that this time. Yes, you might have wanted out, but you can't go to AEW now. They're not going to be hiring. Nope, none of these indie promotions are going to hire. You're stuck in a bad spot. You're not going to get paid. I don't know if Alana is getting released. Let me refresh my Twitter feed here to see if we got any more people being named. Oh, wow. Wow. Nice. If you were following me last Monday, I said that I love Deonna Purrazzo and her work, and I didn't want to see her job out. She just got released. The news just keeps getting worse. It really does. Anybody else? Let's go to Sean Ross. But I'm also hearing news of. Let's go back to Rusev. He's a star. Rusev Day was over. He got himself over. He was one with the fans. And that's just unfortunate for him that he had to be released under these circumstances. Okay. Yeah, today does suck, Sean Ross Sapp. Yes, we know. I was able to get eyes on the Vince McMahon video, and I went out to that. I'll transcribe it directly today. So there's going to be something out later today with Sean Ross's statement regarding the whole thing. NXT talent is. He just sent out a tweet too. NXT talent is going to be released also. I swear. The news is going to get worse. It is going to get worse before it gets better. I hope every single person is able to come up from this. Wow. NXT, we're about to get NXT. This is gonna come out before the NXT stuff. But we're about to get some NXT stuff later. Go follow my Twitter to see my thoughts on that. But another two names I've been hearing rumors about is Ember Moon and Mickie James. From what I'm understanding, there might be released. There's news that they're getting released, but that news has not been confirmed. So as of right now, there is 29, actually 30 because Deonna Purrazzo, but 30 members confirmed and 32 on the agenda. And from what I have understanding, I'm not even gonna cut this out. I'm literally gonna show you whether or not there's any updated on here live. Yeah, we already knew about Mike Kanellis. Alright, one more update of my Twitter feed before we end this video. There's a talent release tracker. I'm gonna look at it just to make sure I have every name followed. 4 p.m. is the last update. Okay. It looks like that is it for this video. But it's just a sad time. It really is a very sad time. 30 plus wrestlers have been released today, and it is only almost 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. And there is news right now that NXT talent is going to start to get cut. Deonna Purrazzo was the first of the NXT talent. I said it earlier that by the time of this video ended, we could be looking at Chelsea Green, Zack Ryder's girlfriend, wife, fiance, whatever it is. I imagine she's on the chopping block. It seems as if we might be done with the main roster because they've announced that NXT will begin. But NXT, there's a lot of guys down there that not necessarily have a name yet. That might be let go. Maybe a Damian Priest. Maybe a Rick Buggs. It's just not a good time for this. I'm gonna end it here. I will be tweeting my reactions to every single announcement up till or after this point. I wanted to get out here and I wanted to make this video and give you my initial reactions on everybody, but it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and I expect there to be a big name. I really do. I've heard a rumor about a possible big name that was going to shock everyone. I don't think that name's going to get released yet. I think that name's going to be waited until later tonight when everything's done. I think that is going to be the last name just to cap everything off. I don't know who it might be. I've thrown it out there to my buddy that I talked to wrestling about. They might be Nakamura. It might be Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's contract's coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if Vince is like, you know what? Let's just get his contract off the books while we can. Nakamura, he doesn't use Nakamura. I don't know, but I imagine it's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. And now that we know NXT is going to be involved, it's definitely going to get worse throughout the day. And it's unfortunate for everybody that's losing their job. I really want to offer you my support at this time. If you guys watching me want to, please, if you have the amount of funds, if they make a pro wrestling tees shop, if they have a GoFundMe or whatever, if you can, please go out and help them if it is possible. If you buy some of their merch, buy an autograph, just try to get these guys some source of income for the next few months. It's unfortunate that it had to come down to this, but that's just the way things happen. Anyways, follow my socials down below. One last check. That is the last thing. That is the last thing on this show. Let me know who you thought the biggest surprise release was. And please, don't spread negativity at this time. Try to lift up everybody in the community, because people are losing jobs over this. It's not fun and games. I know. Some of us like to make fun of the WWE, and I do it. It's okay to some standard, but there's a time to be negative and there's a time to be positive, and at this time, we're getting wrestling, whether it be good or bad. That's besides the point. And these guys, they're losing their jobs, so the least we can do as fans is go out there and at least show some support to everybody that's losing their jobs. Anyways, I'm gonna get on out of here, and I'll let you guys know on my Twitter if anybody else gets released and what my reaction is to that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, where I might or might not be making a major announcement regarding my future. But that's besides the point. Goodbye.